All right, broski. So we back now. We're gonna do our random topic. So we've been a little
Let's get it.
structured
Let's
lately.
get it. Let's get it.
Yeah, we've been a little structured lately, man. I just like to have a little bit of fun. Um, be a little silly, like just enjoy ourselves a little bit. So this episode, random topic is on movie going, man. The whole experience of movie going. We've seen how it's changed with the pandemic and all that. But we're gonna talk about the random stuff that y'all already know about. The whole experience of going to the movies. Me, from my standpoint, I love going to the movies. I love that whole experience of going to the movies and the whole
Sir.
aspect of it. I'm more of a, and I know, I guess the shorties wouldn't like this, but I've never been a big fan of taking shorties to the movies because pretty much 75 to 90% of the time they want to talk throughout the movie, and I literally went to the movies to actually watch the movie. If you want to have
Yeah,
a
same,
conversation,
same. I be focused.
I'm like, this is nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm tired of you ruining my movies. Like, we don't have to go to movies then. If you
I
want
can
to
relate.
talk,
I can relate on that. I can relate. But
don't
I ain't never been with
don't get
nobody that
yourself in
talks during
trouble, man.
movies.
Yeah,
I ain't never been with somebody that talks during the movie though.
okay,
So
all right. You're a lucky man. That's been pretty much my entire experience. My yes, they just want to. They don't want to watch the movie. They want. They enter Drew. They want to do other things. Like, we can do the other things. We don't got to go to the movies then. Why am I putting in? Why am I spending money to see a movie and then we gonna have a conversation? And then you gonna be the one that's having the conversation. Why everybody's like, why are they having a conversation like they at a diner? Like, go to a diner. Like, you know what I'm saying?
you just getting
annoying.
everybody else upset. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's actually takes us into our actually doesn't the first thing we're gonna talk about is when you first go to the movie. So this is something I've had a conversation with most people about this. Is your whole mindset. So you're getting ready for the movies. The first thing is you're thinking about what? You're thinking about candy, what you're gonna bring in. So what's your mindset when you take into the movie? Are you gonna take them $4, $5, $10 prices for the four Skittles, or are you gonna?
I'm not. All right, so I'm not gonna lie. I always pay for some popcorn at the movies, but that's usually all I do. So nine times out of 10, I'm getting popcorn and a drink. And if I'm smart about it, I'm getting there early so I can dig into my popcorn and my drink and go ahead and use the bathroom before the movie starts. Because the worst part of any movie experience is if you have to pee in the middle of the movie. Like, you gotta either sit there miserable and hold
You
it.
never gotta pee at home. At home when you watch a movie, you never gotta pee. But when
never,
you
you
do
chilling.
in public, you gotta pee all the time.
Never. That's the worst, man. And it's happened multiple times where I'm just like, man, okay, this looks like a dull part of the movie. I'm gonna go ahead and run real quick and I'll be right back. But that's the worst part of the movie. But when you got movies like, what was it, Endgame? Wasn't Endgame like 3 hours or something long?
Yeah.
It's like, how do you make it through that without having to pee? It's
But
like,
at
do you
home,
just
I don't
not
have no
do you
worries about
not
it.
get a drink?
At home, you don't
Yeah.
have any worries about it. It's only
Yeah,
when
you're
you're
not
in
worried at
public
all.
you have this. I don't understand it. It's
You
like
just gotta go. You gotta
your
go.
body's like, no, I need to mess with you. You have to go to the bathroom now. I never have to go to
Yeah,
the movies when I'm
bro.
not at the movie theater.
Yeah. When you gotta go,
Only when
it
I'm
just
there.
happen. When you gotta go, it happens to be like all the way across like the building too. It can't just be
Yeah.
right outside. That would be way too easy. You gotta make a run for it.
Yeah. So on that note, the same aspect of it is, and I love this part about it, is the drinks. So and this is not just a movie thing. This is everywhere. When you go to a restaurant, fast food, the whole concept of free refills. So in movie theaters, most of refills, like most movie theaters, when you get the big drink, you get the multiple refill type of thing.
Yeah.
But they know that you're in the movie, you're not going to have that many. So that's the whole thought.
Exactly. That's how they getting paid. Yeah.
But for me, this is how my approach is.
Okay.
I've never been an ice guy. So for me, I've always been I'm gonna put 3-4 ice. And I'm gonna be super, and I'm gonna put a whole bunch of liquid in this drink.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna enjoy this drink. So
Yeah.
even if I get it, I'm gonna put like maybe, let's say 1/8 worth of ice, and then the rest is with soda or whatever I'm drinking.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
on
You
top
filling
of
it
that-
up yourself, man.
Yeah, and on top of that, I'm mixing drinks. And where else in your life do you get to mix your drinks up? Do you mix your drinks at home?
In a
No.
movie theater. No.
It's only the only place you mix your drinks up is in the
The
movie
movie
theater, and
theaters,
it
yeah,
always
or
fire.
McDonald's or something like that, or McDonald's or something like that.
Yeah, but it's always
Yeah.
fire. But you don't think about it when you're at home. You can mix up so many different drinks, but you don't think about it. But at the movie theater, I gotta. So
It's automatic.
my thing,
You
I tell a lemonade with ginger ale. This with some 7-Up. I'm trying shit out. It's like, I don't understand why I have this
I
creativity.
feel it. I don't really mix my drinks that often though. Like, but I do have a go-to movie drink now because most of the movie theaters. I know you've seen these. They have those big like red machines where they have like a ton of different drink options.
Like a red
So I always get. Yep, I always get. I don't know what they're called, man. Coca-Cola machine, whatever it is, the drink machine. I always get a high C strawberry. I think it is. And I always get it because it's really good, and there's not many places where you can get that drink. So it's like it's my go-to movie drink. I'm normally set up with a medium or a large popcorn, depending on how I'm feeling, and a medium or a large high C strawberry. Simple as that. And I'm rolling, and I'm good. I'm good for my movie. I get down on some popcorn at the movie theater. I really do.
Butter guy? You like to add extra butter, salt, pepper?
I do like light butter. I don't overdo it because I ain't trying to die in the movie theater. But yeah. Like normally it depends. Like if they put it on there, I'll tell them light, and it's the same if I'm putting it on there. I don't drown it in butter. I don't drown it.
All right, so this is where we did this. So for sure. Me, I'm a heavy butter guy, man. Dripping in butter, bro. It's like we out here. We're drinking butter and we're throwing some popcorn in it.
You want some popcorn with that butter.
The popcorn to me by itself is trash. If it's not super salty, it's trash. So to me, the butter is so crucial, man. Like I literally buy at home. I literally buy.
You got movie theater butter.
I had butter, bro. I can't have popcorn without like the movie butter, bro. It's crucial, man. You gotta have it, or you're not having popcorn the right way. In my opinion.
Yeah, I'm a big popcorn fan in general, though. Like those cans or the tins of popcorn that they have, like where it'll be like caramel and then like white cheddar. I tear those up. It's popcorn, bro. It could be. I like those. I love my smart food. I'm always down for some popcorn, man. So it don't have to be the butter for me. I don't know what it is about popcorn. I love popcorn though. Love it. Don't even have to be watching a movie.
Yeah.
I eat popcorn for lunch with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah. So for me, I'm a straight criminal when it comes to bringing food into the movie theater, bro. So if I come to see a movie theater, just understand I got a whole full meal. I done my thing. I got a whole Chick-fil-A sandwich in my pocket. Yeah. Like I'm good. I'm not buying a damn thing. I'm not those marker prices. I'm not that nigga. I would never be that nigga. I'm bringing my own shit, and I'm not paying for your little 4 or 5 nuggets with the trashy honey mustard. I don't want to get into their honey mustard they got at the movie.
It's disappointing though sometimes because their menus actually look nice sometimes, but then you get your food and you're like, bro, what is this? I don't know. I don't remember what I had the last time I was at the movie theater, but it was disgusting. Like it was terrible. I took like 2 bites and I was like, yeah, I can't eat this. I think it was like some pretzels or something. And it was just terrible, Drew. Like the cheese couldn't save it. Yeah. Nothing could save this, bro. It was bad. It was bad. And I'm like, this is why you bring people food. This is why you bring food in here.
The only reason why sometimes I don't is when they have those one store, like one movie theaters that have those pretzel bites with the cinnamon joints. Those joints hot with the cinnamon, that's fire. It's the only thing that's fire. Otherwise, I'm bringing my own meal, man. It's BYO.
You talk about like some, what is it, Auntie Anne's or something like that?
No,
you talk about they got that.
The little pretzel drinks they have, like with the salt, but you can put you can have cinnamon. You can have
or salt. Yeah. They have those at the Auntie Anne's that's always at like the mall.
Yeah, at the mall. Yeah.
Exactly. Those.
Fire. And then when they're hot, they're fire for sure. Yeah. And also the other thing just for me, obviously saying a you thing. Alcohol at the movie theater is clutch, super clutch, man. Because I have anxiety. Everybody knows this. I have a major anxiety. I have that Ron Artest type of anxiety where it comes like my anxiety gets a violence type of thing. Like, and Baltimore really messed me up. So when I go to movie theaters, I always have this anxiety about mass shooting and stuff like that. So I'm always thinking about exits and all this stuff. Like I'm always live. So when I go to movie theater, I'm thinking I'm not playing. Like I'm thinking, all right, if something happens, I gotta exit there. This and that. I'll throw that body there. I'll get behind that person. Like I'm thinking everything. Like I got all the options just picked out in my head. And people think I'm paranoid, but just grow up where I grew up, and then you would understand. But yeah. That whole
I definitely no that stuff is scary though to think about. Like when I went to see Spider-Man like pre-release, like a day before it officially came out, and I was like, yeah, I hope we make it out of here, man, because we might get jumped for our tickets or something, you know. Exactly, like this movie theater is gonna be packed, you know, like
gonna be a blessing. Like that's the best scenario. Is you jump have my tickets. Just don't take my life because I'm at the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because I don't hold nothing.
Great movie, by the way. You seen that one yet?
Which one?
The new Spider-Man?
No, I haven't seen it.
Pretty good.
I will see it when it's HD quality online.
Redbox. Redbox.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I
said. Honestly, I'm gonna go to the movie theater and watch it.
Yeah. Redbox.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
YouTube.
Yeah. Yo, you know what's funny though? Because
you're an innocent man like Cassidy.
Yeah. They can know the truth. Hey, so Fast 9. So my sister actually told me not to watch it. All right. So I'm a sucker. So for me, it doesn't matter about realistic because I don't care about that when it comes to movies because I know movies aren't real. So I don't care about it being realistic. All I care about is you entertain me. You put Vin Diesel, you put this bad little girlfriend, you put all those people in the scene, and then you put racing, and then you put guns and shooting like.
And you hooked, huh? They got you. They got you.
I'm a stupid person when it comes to movies. I don't care about quality or realistically.
I think I quit at Fast 5, Drew. I think I quit at Fast 5. I was done.
Yo, put a cutie in front of me and then I'll watch it. You know what I'm saying? I literally watch I told you I watched Station 19, trash show, garbage.
Yeah, you told us about it.
Yeah, because literally she's just so lovely. Ortiz just put a little battle in front of me and then put some shooting or some violence or something dangerous.
They got you. You hooked.
I'm hooked.
You're hooked. It's like that.
Up in the head, man. Anxiety. I'm telling you, I'm messed up in the head. I don't care about realistic when it comes to movies. But let's continue on with the movies concept, bro. So what was it? What was the other one I had to talk about? So we gotta talk about our people, man. And I talked about this a little bit earlier. When I was talking about people, the way they act in the movie. And so the first one, I'll start it off with this. This is a Dave Chappelle type of shit. I love black people, but I hate niggas. So if you're gonna act like a nigga at a movie, like stop embarrassing us. This is what upsets me. It's that there are other people there. Mm-hmm. So you're only doing the most. You wouldn't be doing this when you're in your house chilling. We don't act in the house. You only doing this because you want to be seen or you want to put on a show, and you know it's gonna annoy other people. Stop acting like you in the scene when you at the movie. Keep your mouth shut and shut up and just enjoy the movie just like everybody else.
Hey, no, don't go in there. Don't go in there.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't go in there at the movie theater. Like, come on, bro. Yeah. I forgot the last movie I was at, but yeah, it was ridiculous. There was a group of like 4 people, and they were younger, so maybe they didn't know better, but they were annoying the whole movie, and they were just talking all throughout. And it's like, bro, you are ruining everybody else's movie experience because you just want to be loud and extra during the whole movie. Like, we're missing parts of the movie because you talking. Like, I can't hear them talk because you talking. Like, it's just disrespectful at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Like, it's just disrespect. It really is.
The one thing about it is that as a black person, I'm not gonna call that same black person out in the moment. I'm be like, yeah, it's just how motherfuckers are. I'm not gonna like whatever. But
let it be.
I
Let it
love
would
to
have been
see
my
the
family.
reaction of the white people. It's like they're just so scared to say something. It's like I just look at. I just like to look at the white folks in the in the audience, like see their reactions. Like, yeah, he's acting like, yeah, we're not like that. That's just him. Like I
That's
love
them. I
seeing.
don't know them.
I love
I don't
seeing
know
them. Like,
them.
they look
I
so
actually don't know
scared.
them at
They're
all.
non-confrontational. It's so funny. I love seeing
Yeah.
white people like scared to say something to a black person. It's always been
Out of
different in our
out of
country.
their element. Yeah.
They've been on top like since the beginning, so
Mhm.
you're not used to being in an environment where the black person has this type of control where they can just say whatever and then you can't do nothing about it because
Yeah.
technically it's not against the rules. Even though
It's hilarious. Like, I mean, we're intimidated as a race. Like, we really are. Like, how many times do you walk on the sidewalk and somebody's on the sidewalk and they will walk away from you because you're walking on the sidewalk? Like, they will make sure they don't get into a certain distance
I just find it
for
so
you,
funny.
and you're just walking on the sidewalk, and I'm just like, how am I intimidated, man? Like,
Yo,
how am I so intimidating?
yeah, and then I still had this issue with snow bunnies all the time, where like they're just so scared, like they're so scared, like to say something. Because like I don't know if they haven't interacted with enough black dudes, but they don't understand it. It's like I'll say something. I said this one thing to this one shorty because she was lifting like crazy weights, like she was like lifting like 500 something plus pounds on her leg press, bro. Right? And she like her dreams
She's
like
killing
crazy.
me.
It's like she's
killing
like,
me.
she's killing it, right? So I'm like, so how much is that weight? And she's like, yeah, this and that. And so like, why are you doing this? And like, trying to motivate and all this other type of thing. I'm like, so why is it that you can't keep eye contact? And she's like, this and that. She's making excuses like she's literally scared to make eye contact with me.
She's
like I'm a problem. I'm 5'3". I'm not intimidated. I'm not intimidated. Now when I'm boxing,
you also leg pressing almost 600 pounds, so you can just kick me out of the way.
Whoop my ass.
Just kick me out of the way.
Who are you scared about? Like say like why are you intimidated by it? I think it's a crush type of thing, but it's just so funny to me when I see white people uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's just uncomfortable. It's almost like sometimes they're not intimidated as much as they are like they don't want to say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing. You know what I mean? It's like, dang, I don't want to put myself in a situation to where I say something and it's offensive or they take it the wrong way.
Yeah, and anybody that knows me, I would never do that because I'm literally insane. That type of thing. But I think it's hilarious when I see that. But so outside of that, we'll continue on that note. Theater and home. So the pandemic has changed that a lot. It's changed that experience. So for me, and I'll just talk about me. For me, watching movies at home by myself is the shit. It's great, but there's no comparison being in that environment. So even though I talk about how I don't like the nonsense and all that stuff, I actually enjoy seeing other people react to things that maybe I don't react to, or seeing them because I like seeing different personalities. So for me, going to the movies is the better option, even though it can be inconvenient at times when it comes to actually seeing the movie. Maybe I have to watch the movie over again or something like that. But I prefer to go to the movies because I like to see people react to what's going on in the movie. So it's nothing like going to a great movie. And this is the best thing when you go to a movie. When you go to a movie and the whole movie's been like super upsetting, and then at some point, like the main character breaks through, and then everybody goes crazy. There's nothing like that. It's just like when I was at the game, we was at the Wing House this past weekend, me and the homie chilling with a bunch of people, everybody's twisted, having fun, doing a thing. And then the Bucks, they come back, and the people are messing up and the Rams are acting like they're about to choke the game away. And then they end up winning the game, and then everybody in the entire joint is going crazy. And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. I'm like, that energy, I love that. I love that energy, man.
It's that togetherness that we miss because of COVID and stuff like that. And it's coming back like full circle. And you realize like, yeah, we we need this, man. We need this for our mental health and everything, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
Like, because there's nothing like going to like a big time soccer game. Like, you know how much fun we had when we went to that
Yep.
women's soccer game, man. It was
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice going to see your favorite players play and being able to celebrate
And be around other people
the game live. Like, it's just it's really a different experience than just watching on TV, for sure, for sure. And you always meet people just randomly at the game that you just have a conversation with and talk about where they're from and stuff like that.
The people I've met at sports games that I know for years now. Now they're not close, but I got that experience with them like that.
Exactly.
I've never been a more social type of person when it comes to that, because for me, most people are idiots and get on my nerves. Lord forgive me for that, like my whole mentality, because I'm such of a nerd that I just don't understand stupid people. So people that act that don't listen or read and all that stuff, or who can't type or can't write, something like that, it bothers me. I've been gifted with type of brain where it's just like I don't have the patience to deal with that type of thing. And most of my parents got their masters and all that. So I grew up in a nerd family, so I don't know if that's an excuse for me being an asshole, but I just don't have a lot of patience for stupidity. But I do love the energy when it comes to sports. That emotion, I'm a super emotional Lakers fan. I'm a super emotional Lakers fan. I love the energy. Just give me that energy, and I love that. I love going to movies. So the last thing, unless you have something else, the last thing we're gonna talk about with the movie theaters. You got something else?
No. Like,
so
go ahead.
The last thing is trailers.
Oh yeah. So all right. So let me say what I want to say about trailers first, because like you messaged me, trailers are always fire. Like they always showcase the best parts of the movies, and sometimes it underperforms afterwards. But I have never been to a movie where I didn't see at least 2 trailers that made me want to watch those 2 movies. But with me, I never remember those movies ever. I never like go and write them down and say, yeah, I'm gonna watch that when I come back. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I see the trailer and I'm like, dang, that's a good freaking movie. And I never go back and actually watch the movie. Like, for example, perfect example, there's this movie out, I still haven't seen it. It's called Widows. And actually, like, my favorite author helped write it.
Bunch of their husbands died, and they
exactly.
I never saw that movie.
Exactly. I saw the preview, and I know. So I saw the trailer, and I know the author that helped write it, and I love her as an author. She's great.
Shonda Rhimes, right? It's the same shorty from. Is it Shonda Rhimes, the one from Making a Murder? Because I know the.
It's Viola. I know it's Viola Davis. I know she's in there. Okay. Yeah, so I know she's in there. I think that's her name. And there's some other people in there that I think look kind of familiar.
Making a Murder's in that. The shorty. Okay. Black. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's who it is. Viola Davis. It's
That's her name?
Is it Making a Murder, or is it How to Get Away with Murder?
Yeah.
I think that's her name.
She's the actress.
It might be.
She's the producer? I didn't know that.
I think she's the actress in that movie.
No, she's actress in the movie, but you're saying
she's the actress in the movie. The person that I'm talking about that helped, like, I guess, write/produce it, her name is like Gillian Flynn. She just writes books. Like, you ever heard of Gone Girl?
Yeah.
Gone Girl. She's the one that wrote that.
Okay.
That's her story. That's her big book or whatever.
Fire.
And that made me want to watch the movie, but I've never watched it. I also read The Martian, never watched the movie, even after seeing the trailer. So I'm just bad I'm really bad when it comes to watching movies. I do enjoy them, but I'm really bad at actually getting to the theater and watching a movie. I'm really bad at it because movies just be long sometimes.
Because you experienced too many of those where the trailer is so fire, then you watch the movie. Man, how did y'all pick that? Y'all literally picked the best scene of this whole movie.
All of them.
The trailer, and then the rest
of them. And that's it.
Like that, the marketing is. They didn't figure out marketing, man. So
they got it. They got it down.
They got it hooked, man. So for me, trailers the same shit, man. Like they're always fire. when you watch a movie, they almost never ever, yeah,
live up to the hype.
They almost never do. But I got appreciation for it because there's a skill set in being able to pick out clips, and especially in my journey of being as a host of this podcast. For me, it's super hard, bro. The amount of time I have to take listening to our podcast to pick out the right clip that is the best clip. Literally, our last podcast on Shady, I still haven't figured out the right clip that will actually give our segment justice, because it was an amazing segment, but I don't have one clip that's long, that's short enough that Instagram will take, that I can that I can actually post and hopefully I can do that tomorrow and figure it out. But it's super hard, man. It takes a whole lot of time, and I can appreciate the skill set for those people, the skill set that those people have to be able to pick out those right clips to bring the audience in, man. It's
definitely.
Skill set. But anyway, we'll move on. Obviously, we got to get through our last games, and I got a lot to talk about. But
this was random, but just at some point, you're just like, the community and everything are going to the movies, and it just makes me think of whenever you get on a flight, man, it's just cool. I always make it a point to talk to at least one or two people, because it's like, I am probably never going to see this person again, ever again in my life. So like, let me make a conversation, like let me meet somebody and just leave a good impression on them, so that maybe one more person thinks Black people are all right out there.
Yeah.
And they can go off and fly off into the world and be like, you know what? I bet this dude, he was all right. Maybe I'm not just doing it for Black people, but you know what I mean? If it benefits us, it benefits us.
I actually was talking about this same exact concept with my boss, like literally a couple hours ago. Literally, Work Drew is a fake person that I made up. No, so people think that Work Drew is a real person. So ever since I've been in the corporate world, many people have come up to me, and I'm not going to just call out females or whatnot, but most of them are female, and they've been asking me like, so like, what's your personality like? Are you really like, but I can't tell them the truth. You know what I'm saying? I have to fidget a little bit, because at the end of the day, the patience that I have when it comes to the job and with people in the work world is, Work Drew is not real. He's not a real person. He's fake. When I ask you how you doing, it's fugazi.
My mom got a whole voice that she used, and I love it.
My sister got it on point too. I got it too. It's so fake. You know what I'm saying? But we understand there's a time and a place to be professional, and there's a time and place to be yourself. And at work, I'm gonna never be myself. No matter what my boss will think, I would never ever be myself at work. You know why? Because Drew is an asshole. If you ever met Drew in real life, ask Dre. If you ever met Drew in real life, Drew's an asshole. Now, I will be respectful, so I get along with a lot of people, and because I'm a Christian, I have to treat people with respect simply out of, dude, God said I have to, and I have to. That's the only reason why. It's not because I want to do it. It's because he says I have to, I'm going to get in trouble. And best believe it, my life has shown me that if I make mistakes or if I do something wrong, I get punished. I don't get away with this stuff. It's like, it's a God's favor to have the worst time. It's truly the real thing. Like literally, we have the hardest time when it comes to dealing with people or our life, because we don't get away with the mistakes we make. We get punished for it. It's not like, and we don't get to, even if we don't get punished for it before the action happened that's wrong, we have to deal with our conscience. And I never had, before I was saved, I didn't have that conscience. I just lived life for us, whatever. I just do what I'll say, whatever to whoever. Doesn't matter to me, because at the end of the day, I'm just going to die and nothing's going to happen. Those people that think you're just going to die and then, it's all good and you don't have to.
It's a dangerous world for them, bro. It's a dangerous world.
Those people that think that you can just die and then no matter what you have done, you're not going to have to pay for it. That's truly a blessing. I would tell those people, it's truly a blessing to have that mindset and to live like that, because I've never been able to live like that ever since I was 14, because I've always lived in fear, because I've always been punished. Every single time I do something, I get punished. So, it's the whole mindset and that you have. It's you can't change that. Literally, I was raised that way, and then I literally been dealing with consequences ever since. And anybody that knows my life understands I don't get away with nothing. So no matter what I've done to whoever, and this can apply to the situation we talked about earlier, the people that feel a certain type of way about me and still on the attack, apparently, I'm not getting away with nothing. So whatever I did, I apologize, and I promise you, I didn't moved on, and I'm sorry. But it is what it is. But we'll move on to the next to the next segment and close this off because I gotta vent about my boys. Man.